I picked up a couple Sun F Power 2 UTV tires and I put some studs on them. I'll show you in a little bit how I put the studs on there and the stud patterns that I used. But to start, let's show that this actually works and doesn't come off of the tire. So unfortunately it keeps raining, but it doesn't really matter. We don't have any snow when I got the studded tires, thankfully, because yeah, this thing just grips right away. You'll see, give it a little bit of throttle, it just launches off. See, my feet are just gliding on this thing. I am wearing the motorcycle boots just because I want to see kind of what angles I can get. I can get some pretty decent lean angles. As you can see here, the back tire isn't kicking out at all. This isn't full speed just yet, but my peg is almost touching. Let's see if I can scrape the peg actually. Back end is just bumping a little bit. Come on, peg. Just trying to scrape that peg for you. Almost, but it's really hooking up. I've already gone around the lake once. Just wanted to see if any of the studs would pop out. None of the studs have popped out yet. But yeah, you can see my track coming up here. Just venture out onto the ice, do a little bit of a sharp hook. See what I get for lean. Come on, peg. Scrape that peg. Ah, ice fishing holes. Even hitting the bumps, hitting the ice fishing holes, kind of like the same as potholes. Just kicked my camera. Alright, hold on a second, I readjust that camera down there. Braking is great, considering I took just the smaller studs. Actually, I'll show you here as I adjust the camera. I got the smaller studs, and I'll show you later on in the end of the video just how I put the studs on here. But these rigs, these studs are opposite direction of everything else. So I've got all of these studs kind of angled in to grip, except for the small studs. So these, or sorry, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, they're all pointing that way, and then these are pointing back the opposite direction for when I brake. Haven't ripped any of them out yet. I was expecting if any pulled, those would be the first. Braking has been great. Acceleration has been great. Gotta swap the swap my camera out really quick here. Come on, glove. Gotta get that glove back on. If you can see in there, I've got actually wrist guards underneath just in case. And I've got knee pads and elbow pads in here as well. This thing's still recording. Ah, look at that, still recording. So I do have pads on just in case I do take a spill, because I want to see what the limits of this are. And you can't test the limits and not want to stay safe. So, right off the line again, I'm just going to give it a quick pull here. No spin, you can see I'm on ice. Alright. Let's see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Camera's brake. And you can see in the brake, it just digs in. That's nice. Where am I? You're vibrating. Alright, whatever, camera. You hold, you don't, you know. Yeehaw! Some bumps hitting some bumps, kicking me out a little bit. That's wide open throttle on there. Decent turning radius. And if I'm not much for conversation, it doesn't bother me because this is a hell of a lot of fun. God, these tires just cling on this ice. Oh yeah, I want to go faster. Yes, I want the torque converter. Yes, I want the powerful engine. But hey, just keep in mind, I built this thing so other people can have fun with me and try and get other people to ride with me. A little wheelie here? Nah, it doesn't want to slow down a little more. Nah, all right. Probably shouldn't risk it too much considering I'm on the ice. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, you got to see some of the before footage when I was just riding down the dirt road with the old tires. Man, what the heck was that? That was a turd field? This is just a landmine of turds. God, I love the angle I can get on these freaking tires. What's a turd field over here? People just pooping? Woo! Ho! Back tire came loose a little bit there. Tires definitely suck. Oh, I know what that is. That's where the Eagles came. And right now, alright, yeah, I know what that is. That was swans and eagles and such. It was just messes because there was some open water left on the lake. There are a lot of birds out here. I thought somebody was just angry with the lake, just taking random dumps or something. But, yeah. God, I like that. Left turn. Come on, tire. You're cutting close. Tap the peg. Ice fishing hole. Ooh, fresh one. Some of that there. Ice fishing house over here. Ooh, bump. Yeah, you know, one of the things I would expect with these tires, considering how knobby they are, is actually a lot of vibration. And I'm feeling a little bit of engine vibration, which is no different from what I felt before. But tires are riding pretty smooth. Sorry for the crotch side. I'm just trying to make sure that tire is holding air. I used a little bit of starter fluid and a long lighter. Well, the air compressor was hooked up to him. Let's give him a quick pop. Hold on. Just for the sake of it. Puncher! Yeah. Brake, gas. Brake, gas. Brake, gas. Brake, puncher! Yeah. It's a fun bike. Even hitting these little swells or rises. I mean, I feel them, but this is a pretty comfortable seat. I've seen online some people are doing spring kits in the back seat, and I kind of wonder about that. Would it spring up too much? Or I don't really want to mess around with this bike. I like the bike stock, except for the power. Yes, but I've got bikes for that. I've got bikes for power, and maybe one of these years I'll stud something out. I wonder if I can just lean angle. God sakes, look at that. Dragging the peg. I wonder if this is, see that? Oh, there we go. Look at that, scraping the peg. God sakes. That was a nice looking tree. Hi, nice looking tree. Look at that. Look at that turning radius right there. It's gotta be 12 foot because I'm 6 foot. My arms come out right about to the middle here. Nice turning radius. Did I lose my phone? Oh, I still have my phone. Good. I zipped it. Smart. Alright. Wait, it's not pointed at the right direction. Not even in the shot. The camera pointed. Oh, that's great. Scrape that peg. There we go. Just trying to keep my foot almost in one place here. Just, what do we have? Maybe a 7-foot turning radius? I wonder if there's a place in there I can ride with a little bit of snow footage. Well, if I'm not really going to have some place to turn around in. Gun it. Punch it! Whoa! Whoa! Alright, there's some bumps under there. Ride it standing up a little bit. Definitely bumpy in here. Here's a little bit of a trail, but see the snow. Oh, couldn't even make that turn. Sorry. I gotta back up. She was going pretty well. Whoa. All right, so snow riding isn't the problem. Oh, God, I did not spin the tires at all. This is where maybe that seat with springs could come in handy. Yeah. Yeah. Look at just that little camera there. Let's go back and take a look at the tires. Broke free. I can actually see the tread through here. God, that is just clean though. Give it some gas. That's off-road riding, trail riding, snow riding, ice riding. I definitely like the tires. Try to actually slow down so we can cut in on this turn here and make it. Alright, and as I remember, this is where I had to stand up ride because it's bumpy. Yeehaw! A little bit of Coleman mini bike action up in y'all. Back on the ice. Taking off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my little camera's there, vibrating out of control. But yeah, that kind of stuff is fun. That's why you get one of these little mini bikes. Oh, ice fishing hole. Just cruised right over it. I like the front suspension of the BT200X. I had options of the 200U, but you know, I had it shipped out to my house, crushed to heck twice, and I just went, all right, we'll give Walmart a try. You know, quite glad I did. It's pretty nice. Cutting in a bit. Woo! All right, finally got the tires to break. But that was on peg that time. I may have actually flexed in a little bit. Oh, I got some leaves and grass stuck on me here. God, it takes a lot. Just full throttle going right into a hard turn. That's the first time I had a nice tire brake. Full throttle, hard turn. That was probably just chipping away at the ice. I mean, good luck getting anything better than that. See some of my patterns out here on the ice, maybe. Reminds me of some of them, what is it, those moto vloggers. Yeah, this bike flicks around pretty nicely. It's very lightweight. I like it. It's nice. It's light. You'd think it would be heavier, but you can just, oh, I'm going through the poop fields. I know everybody can hear me out here. Sound travels. I can hear them. They can hear me. God, that just... a nice angle. Going a little bit faster is going to be quite sketchy, but that's what makes you know you're alive, right? Come on, back tire doesn't want to kick. Back tire doesn't want to kick. And I'm wondering if that one time I had it pop, I just hit a big bump or something on the rear, because it felt that way a little bit. Yeah, you just see my tires all over this lake at this point, tire tracks. God, this is going to be a long video. Alright, at the end of the video, I'm just going to say this. It's a bit lengthy, but I show how I put the screws in. There are a lot of tutorial videos. These are cold cutter screws on, what the heck are those things called? Predator 2? I think they're Predator 2. Predator 2 Sun F tires. They're about 85 bucks. I got some ADD apparently, but got some cold cutter screws. 3/8 inch cold cutter screws and some 1/2 inch cold cutter screws. This is a 1/2 inch tread depth on the Predator 2 or whatever the heck they are. Sun F, blah, 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 mini bike! Woo! Yeah, if you want to watch the rest of the video, it's kind of the boring stuff of how I put the tires together. Now I'm blah, 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 blah. Have a great day! Punch it! This is what we'll start off with, and then we'll come back to the pattern I chose, how I got these in. It's not actually the screw goes straight in, it goes halfway in one way, and we'll come back to that. But I'll show you how to turn this into this. The Power 2 tires, as you can see here, have quite a bit more tread than the front tire. And when compared to the rear tire as well, you're going to be having quite a bit more tread depth, since you're looking at 1/2 of an inch versus what appears to be even less than just under 1/4 of an inch. One of the great things about these tires as well is you'll have a little bit more tread depth on the sides, and with turning and trying to catch the ice, that's going to be very important coming up. And I'll show you here as well why I'm using screws far out enough where they don't puncture the tire, but they should be effective in some little bit better cornering. So I have the before and after, and I've got my cold cutter screws. I have 2 lengths of the cold cutter screws. They'll come in a bag with roughly 250 pack, or you can buy the 1000 pack, but I just needed 2 bags, 250. One of them is a 3/8 inch screw, and one of them is a 1/2 inch screw. They actually look like pretty small screws when you get them. And the 1/2 inch screw, since we're working with 1/2 inch tread depth, are going to go on the center lugs. Now you can see I didn't actually put too many screws into the center lugs. You can definitely be a little bit more daring in your number of screws that you're going to be putting in, but the 1/2 inch is going to be for the center and the 5/8 is going to be for the exterior. The reason that I put the 5/8 on the exterior is when you look at the amount of tread depth coming out to the side, I didn't actually want to puncture the tire from the inside. Because the 5/8 inch is just deep enough underneath, I got no punctures on the inside. Now, I did buy tubes, and I do have some liners for the tubes as needed. However, I'm going to see how these guys run with the 3/8 on the outside and then the 1/2 on the inside here. So I'll start with the 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to put them into an electric screwdriver. I'm going to line them up about centered on the 1/2, take the 1/2 inch or 1/2 way mark on those larger lugs, sort of center them up, drill them in halfway, cock back at about 30-degree angle, finish them up. Once your bit, which hopefully will be flush to the screw, once that bit touches the tire, stop screwing. You don't want to strip the centers out or make a bunch of holes, they're too big. Now your tires, all of them should be directional. So every single one should be angled back the opposite way. I took a little bit different approach just with the smaller center lugs. Is with the large center lugs, I angled them this way. And then with the small center lugs, I actually angled them this way. Then all of the side lugs are back this way. I just wanted a little bit of differentiation in the smaller center lugs, just to kick up a little extra traction for me. However, it is likely that those may be the first ones to pop out, if there are any that pop out. This is why you should be wearing your helmet. Okay, let's go upstairs and check it out. So now that I have the extra hubs, I'm going to be able to put them on the wheels. That way when it comes time for winter versus summer swapping, I'll be able to very easily swap these things off instead of futzing around with trying to take the tire itself off of the hub. And hopefully that'll give me a lot more ride time, just because of the motivation of having to go through all of the work to actually take the tire off of the rim and then put the new tire back onto the rim, making sure that I get a good bead seal and being able to actually ride the bike. So this way I can just swap out this front tire is going to go the fastest because I pull the axle, I put the new hub on and I push it back in. The rear is going to take a little bit more time, but should be going pretty fast and a lot faster than having to actually pop the tires on and off the hubs themselves. Well, it's all set. Tires are on the bike now, and it's ready to go. So, just going to point out the angling of the tires. The rear tire, as I've made mention a couple times in the video, all of the screws are put in this direction so that when they turn, they grip in, except for the center lugs here. The small center lugs are in a reverse angle coming back this way, and I was hoping that that would help out a little bit with braking. So braking was good. The front tire is going to actually be the exact opposite of the rear tire. So I studded them the same way, but then all of the studs coming in are going to be coming back the opposite direction. So when I turn, it'll actually be the rear tire forcing the wheel into the ice, and then I've got a little bit direction with those center lugs as well, helping out just in case. So that's the video. It was a long video. Hope you enjoyed. This is an incredibly fun little bike, and I hope you have a great day. This ant is a complete jerk. You're still fast. Oh, he slimed me. Totally uber-goobered on me. Look at that. I wonder if I can just jump in and it'll go well. Nope, not so much.